What's up, everybody? All right, we just completed the game. I finally got 100%, as you can see up there. 100%. So, we are going to be doing Croft Manor next. We'll start with Blood Ties, I guess. I mean, I have no idea what all this consists of, but yeah.
Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the
That is
manor
really
somewhere.
weird.
Dad's safe.
That's really weird that is what.
My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing. That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
For to be that age, yeah, it actually was. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
Why would her parents not leave her everything? That's just really strange.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
Hmm.
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
And I think it's funny that I don't remember them saying her mom
Dad would
just
have liked me to
disappeared.
go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
That's funny. Is there anything down there? Okay, guess not.
A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice.
Hmm.
One of Dad's Yoruba masks, a gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
I'm gonna try to find everything. Um, I don't think it's particularly hard, but we'll see.
Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
Hmm. Okay, so let's go look at the safe, and we'll get that other.
Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start. This is probably my grandfather, Benjamin.
All right. I think that's everything here. Double check no side drawers or something.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
So she, even little, she was mischievous as hell.
Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor. Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
Can't blame him.
Too dark. Going to need a flashlight.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
Nothing here. You would think they'd check the sack or something.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be boring your sword this time. The Grand Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
So the thing you try to is on this one, you try to move slow down these halls and just
A phoenix
make sure you
figurine.
keep highlighting.
I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
over here? Yeah, something like that.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here? Someone has a sense of humor.
I wonder, was this before or after she found out that... Okay. She found that Anna killed her dad.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see.
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing.
Probably for a reason. I wonder if her mom is alive, and you end up finding out like on Shadows. So we got, let's see, we got code that we need, and that one needs the master key. Let's remember that. Just don't check around every little nook and cranny. Master key here too.
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely, your uncle.
Like, I understand her dad was...
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
right here.
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What out, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Hey, Jonah. Sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened, and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me. If it's worth fighting him for, I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
You sound so different on that.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
Oh, there's the flashlight.
Should be able to explore the dark now.
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. Oh, but a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and, oh, God, I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby. But it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
It's like, so her and the mom, talking about her and the mom, but him and the mom were like really just close. They backed each other up, supported each other. Like, that's how a marriage should be. But that's the reason why they, when you rip a love like that apart, it's so devastating.
Not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors one of these days.
It's so devastating, and it's like, damn, it's leaky roof. Wow, all this money, you got a hole in the roof. Well, I guess they did have all that money, but yeah, but you could really see how like something like that could tear the whole thing apart. They cared about each other so much. I can't open that one either.
Locked. Need a key to open this.
Alright, so it looks like we got everything. At least I think so. There are 54 relics in this place. Jesus Christ. Shit, okay. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to get all this done in one vid. Jeez, a lot. Really? Do they have to make this seem so damn eerie?
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
Yeah, I feel like as the uncle, he's taken a lot of what his sister did and his anger towards his sister out of his daughter.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
That's what money is for.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours.
So the
Despite
mom
her
knew Roth.
decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow, in the bright Egyptian sun, amidst the dust and ruins.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Can we open this? Nope. All this stuff requires the key. The key, the key. If you ever see The Last Dragon, you know where that came from. Yeah, that probably shows my age.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition
Yeah,
without
see?
saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I
Oh,
want to
wow.
give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
Wow, so he kind of like set them up. Well, not set her up, but
Still just as creepy as I remember.
place is creepy. The hell was that?
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions.
True.
Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places. And before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
He really was. Cause yeah, I probably been like, God damn it.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
What I mean to
Yes,
say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that.
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
Really? Oh my god, seriously? Now I gotta get a crowbar.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good Lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. Two roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them. but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
Alright. Keep it moving. Nothing here.
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the two of them to reconnect. And I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
That butler really cared about her. Oh, let me see something. It's like it was something there to read at first. No? Okay. Move that there and then move this here. Alright.
Dad loved a good bottle of wine. I can still smell his favorite Bordeaux.
Dad, this is it! The basement of despair.
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there! See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
Not bad. Nothing here. I mean, Jesus, this thing is more,
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday surprise.
hell, this thing is more intricate than
Water damage from the main hall above.
tombs. Jesus, this is some major damage down here. Still gotta get the crowbar for that thing. Yep.
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. There's a missing page.
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met. I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long. and it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming? I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
You would think he would. Why not? I feel like there's still something else down here. Wait a minute. Look at that, see? Almost missed that.
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
I actually know this statue. I remember seeing that somewhere before. I'm talking about Anubis. Just backtracking for a minute to see if we gone that other way and there was possibly get the crowbar or something. Damn it, which way would I come? Came from that way. This way, right? Yeah, there's something over here.
My stuffed bear. I couldn't have a tomb without a mummy.
That's funny. Is that back the other way? Oh no, so I went the right way. Just making sure. Cover this whole part. Still got 24 more relics to find. Jesus. A lot of shit. So two things down here that need the crowbar. Probably do a sweep of the house after they find everything.
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
Alright. Try doing the artifacts first.
This music is familiar. It's beautiful.
Okay.
It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly?
No shit, let me just go ahead.
I always accepted that Richard's rather unorthodox research was just something I had to live with. But this time, the thrill of discovery has taken hold of me. I never imagined I could be drawn in this way. Richard cabled to tell me he's found the monastery. The symbol we deciphered in the scroll was the key to its location. I don't know if I honestly believe that this will lead to the fabled elixir of life, but I can't help but feel that a great secret awaits us there. My brother was threatening to shut down the expedition, but I managed to talk him down for the time being. Now I am going to meet Richard. I would bring Lara if I could, but she's still too young. She'll be in good hands with Winston, and when we return, her parents might just be a bit more famous.
Yeah, that sucks, man, because she was just a
I've
kid.
created a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara to puzzle out.
Alright. Well, we'll go over there in a minute.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure, my favorite painting by Amelia, the day of our wedding anniversary.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it, though. The Croft family crest and initials PC. I wonder if this belonged to my grandfather.
Interesting. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Crap. Sorry about that.
Okay, should be able to light the fireplace now.
Shit, I didn't even know we needed to do that.
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will again if I can convince them. I sent Amelia a message straight away. I want her by my side for this discovery.
Well.
Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life?
Hey, look at the little toy back there. That's funny. Like Barney or some shit. What is that? What the hell is that?
This is
Like
my
Yoshi.
handiwork. I used to love drawing pictures of tigers. Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures.
All right. I'm seeing something. I got a copyright infringement on one of my videos. Might be the end of the thing. End of the video where the song started playing at the end of the game.
One of Winston's notes. He always hid sweets for me to find.
This butler was awesome. It's the problem, they let the butler raise the kids.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Now, let me see. These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Takes me back. Those were good times. The best times. This was always one of my favorite books in this library. I used to trace hieroglyphs.
Okay. So nothing else here. Guess we gotta go do the library thing up there. Make sure I didn't miss anything over here on this side. All right. Okay, so I can't go there. Oh, I can only do it from here.
Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time.
Oh, just let go. Oh my God. All right. There's another one.
Blank, except for the image of a key.
Okay.
I remember this map now. It leads to the master key, but we made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire.
So there's another one.
I think I stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
Let's see here. Nope. Let's take the fireplace.
This should help me read the map. I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase.
Well, I'll be damned.
X marks the spot, as they say.
All right. It makes it seem like you found such a grand treasure.
The master key. This should get me into the West Wing.
This should get me through everything.
All right. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the Forbidden West Wing.
All right, I'll go do that in a second.
I think there might be more clues to find in the library.
This is back on the hall. Okay. Yep, we're making headway.
The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? 6? 8? I think this hieroglyph corresponds to a number, but which one?
Okay. Corresponds to a number, huh?
Okay, Dad's clues mention Mum's paintings and their anniversary. Hopefully I can find some answers in the West Wing.
Let me see something. I wish she could run.
The Croft family crest.
I'll head to the West Wing in a minute. I want to make sure some stuff. Okay, they wraps around to the other side.
Mistress Lara, I took the liberty of preparing a tray, as dinner did not go according to plans. I've included, in addition to your meal, a few treats. I would appreciate it if you kept this between us, but I felt tonight called for something special. If you will forgive me the indulgence, your rapid exit from the dinner table had me concerned, and I wanted to impart something that I hope sets your mind at ease. I have known your father for quite some time. There is an intensity to his passion that can be frightening, but I recognize that same passion in you. You're more like him than you know. Never doubt that he loves you more than his research, more than his artifacts, more than anything in this world. Storms pass, and tomorrow will be clear and blue again. When you have finished, please leave the tray outside. Be well. Yours, Winston.
Okay. That's it over here? Search for the remaining combination. Okay. Yeah, so we're done here. Let's open up the rest of these doors. I think there's one more down here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's probably outside, yeah, tripping. Wait, yeah, the fireplace. Wait a minute. I thought I saw something light up through that wall. There was another door over here? Guess it was the only one. Okay. Oh, okay. Nope, I did not try to do that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, there is another door down here. Now that I think about it. Right here. Where'd this one lead to? Wait, is that a... Oh, it's just another way to wrap around. Oh, shoot, okay. All that connects together. No, this way.
Worse than I thought.
Damn.
This is strangely beautiful.
Really? Looks like a goddamn disaster to me. Strange. strangely beautiful.
With Amelia gone, the manor is a different place. A dimness pervades, a quiet I can't stand. Even though Lara is too young to understand what has happened, she also senses the change. She's asked after her mother only once, and I'm afraid my reaction must have terrified her. I will need Winston more than ever these next few months to help look after her. I never quite realized how much grief can consume a man, but I am utterly consumed. I know I can't escape the pain, but I will try my damnedest to avoid it. I will seal the West Wing for as long as I live in this place. It will remain exactly as Amelia left it. Perhaps someday Lara can find her own answers there.
Okay. Alright, let's see what's here. Quite a bit here.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been able to see Richard in his element, seeing him at his best and his worst. I've experienced the purity and chaos of his passion, and I came to realize I want his passion in my life every day. So it's done. Richard wanted to wait another 4 days until my birthday, but I wouldn't have it. Once I make a decision, I prefer to get on with it. So we found a small chapel in Luxor that was just right. And with Roth and the others at our side, we married as the sun set over this remarkable land. Mother will never forgive me. Atlas will forever resent me. But I don't care anymore. I'm free of de Mornay obligations, free to pursue my own passions and live my life surrounded by those who will encourage and challenge me. I'm excited for the future, whatever it may bring. Tomorrow, Richard and I return home to London as the Crofts, forging our path together.
Okay. I thought someone was like gonna jump out.
I am bursting with pride. Amelia is with child. It is amazing how everything in life can change with such a simple event. Obviously, we don't know the gender, but already we've discussed possible names. Perhaps Benjamin, after my grandfather, or maybe Griffin. He was more infamous a Croft than even me. No, Amelia wouldn't have it. Besides, she's certain it's a girl. She favors a classic such as Scarlet or Kate, though I've made some headway with Lara. A subtle nod to the sun god Ra, and our days in Egypt, where certainly this child was conceived. I find myself thinking about this new life we've created, of how much she might be like us. For all my research into myths of immortality, I may have ignored the most obvious answer to the questions that plague me. We live on through our progeny, our genes, DNA, experiences passed through the generations. Perhaps this is the simple truth of eternal life, and I've just been too stubborn to accept it.
All right.
Dad may have discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it.
It has.
Mum's wedding ring. I always wondered what happened to it.
It's just sitting there on the bed. What is that?
The inscription is faded.
Amelia would not have approved. That alone should have been the end of it. But I am, as God made me, a stubborn fool. I locked all the West Wing's doors, and I shall not open them again until either my life or my obstinacy comes to an end. The night before, Roth told me I would someday change my mind. Like a broken arm cast in plaster, he said. The wound would heal, and we would someday shed the bandages to be whole again. The metaphor made me furious. The clumsy way he cast our loss off as nothing more than an inconvenience.
I don't
There
think
is
he did
wisdom in
that,
his rough
man.
words, but I've done what I must. Perhaps one day, Lara will throw back the doors to let the sun shine in again. Maybe she will find her own sense of peace in this place.
At least that old thing still works.
Somewhat she has, somewhat.
I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. October 13th, Mum's birthday.
Ah, that's probably a date.
Pretty sure my parents were married in October. I think it was close to her birthday. Mum, on
That's
her
your
wedding
mom.
day, she looks so beautiful. There's a date, October something. Damn, the number is faded. The anniversary was in October, but which day? I can't believe I don't know this.
Right.
There's got to be another clue somewhere.
As much stuff as she knows.
My mother's perfume, the smell, so familiar. I can almost remember her. This is Dad. I suppose it's a family tradition, but I can't imagine having one of these made of me.
After everything Atlas has done, how could you tell him about the expedition?
It's just all been too much. I needed to talk to someone. He's still my brother.
I don't trust him.
You don't have to, Richard, but please, trust me.
I'm sorry, my dear, but I know him. He'll take it to the papers. The investors will pull out.
Then
He
go.
did do that though.
Without me, tonight. I will take care of Atlas, and then meet you in Tibet next week.
I was so young, but I still remember that terrible argument. It wasn't always an easy road for my parents. I think this was Dad's pocket watch.
He ended up doing exactly that though. The uncle did.
Looks like it stopped precisely at midnight.
Maybe having something to do with the clock. Precisely midnight, huh? I don't think there's anything else in there. No fireplace, no.
Okay, Laura, keep it together. You're starting
Right.
to see things.
My lord, we all hope your work was well received at
That's
the
a
conference
lot of
and
dialogue.
look forward to your return. As is so often the case with these missives, I wanted to call your attention to an incident involving our little angel. It seems that Lara has been the subject of some ridicule amongst the other girls at school. From what I can gather, some of the other young ladies were teasing her for being too much of a tomboy. You know how Lara can get when pushed into a corner. Let's just say they won't be bothering her again. But I do think their words have had an effect. I believe Lara has been missing her mother lately. She's begun to worry that she isn't like the other girls. And having grown up with only a father, it shouldn't come as a surprise that she has trouble relating to them. I wonder if this new friend of yours, Anna, is it? Perhaps she might prove a welcome influence. It might be worth bringing her to the manor to meet Lara. In any case, I'll let you decide the proper time to do that. Please travel home safely. Yours, Winston.
Okay.
Mum's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. He probably couldn't bear the idea of removing any of her belongings.
Probably the way to get in there though. Still haven't found a crowbar.
Untouched for years.